In this video, we are going to see how you can use ChatGPT in order to define a set of goals or actions for the different roles that you can have within a given company. So in my case, here's the prompt that I will mention to ChatGPT. What could be the different job position of people working for this given website? So fully in French, it's a news website, but I don't know it by heart. Because the thing is that when you are a Matomo service provider, for example, you have a training to perform or a consultancy to give, you will have different people will talk to you. So your client has teams, and those teams are composed with different job positions, and you don't know them. As you don't know them, you don't know their role, you don't know what they will be interested in. And when you jump within a meeting, you may be surprised that you have a total different view than theirs. So just with one single prompt, you can already get an overview of the different job positions which are within the given company. Of course, those information are just, let's say, forecast. Those are not for real, but it can be true. The best way, of course, to get them is to directly ask them to your client. But let's imagine that you don't have them and you need to get prepared. And once you do so, you can just write a prompt like this. I want you to create a table report for each of those positions. I want you to explain the second column, what could be the main goal for each of them, and explain me how to define them within Matomo, so that you can already get a clear idea of what they will be interested in covering within the training. So for example, here for the journalists and reporters, track article views and engagement to understand audience interest, how to configure this in Matomo. You can set up goals for some specific page view and time the page, use event tracking for interaction. And as you can see, it's very interesting that in fact he modified the question, which was clearly about goals. I should probably write it more about conversion rather than goals, because here I think I listed more like purpose in using Matomo analytics rather than goal as a conversion. So I'm gonna correct my prompt. You can clearly see it here. They say, hey, track compliance and legal page views, create a segment for legal page view download and size page, which is not about what I call real goals. Okay, do the same thing. Do the same thing, but just for goal, like goal as a conversion. And we're going to see if it changes its states of mind, because this table is super useful for a consultant, but if you are more like a trainer and you are reaching the unit on which you need to explain what goals are, it's going to be very hard for you to catch the attention of the profile for which goals do not ring a bell. So here what we are trying to get is a clear example of what conversions would look like for a legal team. Okay, so this is interesting. You see now it changed it directly. Say, okay, when one article gets read, just get one conversion. High engagement and content. So here at the engagement rate. So here we will definitely need to get more information about this. Give me a specific example, because we're expecting figures here. For each program view at high retention, same thing over here. What does high retention mean? For the legal team, set a conversion for views and interaction with legal pages. Okay, so add me a fourth column with figures. Yeah. A fourth column with some figures, even if they are not correct, because to me sentences such as high retention That makes sense. You see, that's the same thing over here. It's interesting, but it's not precise enough. It's not explicit enough. So you need to ask to ChatGPT to redo it on and on and on and on. Okay. And it starts to be a little bit better. The issue that I'm seeing over here is like in Matomo, there's no possibility to do such a thing with goals. You need to create custom alerts. But that's already very interesting for us in order to move on and to already get started with something that we can show to our client.